Oh boy, there's a rumor, and you're hearing it here first, that the Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to PlayStation 5. Now, there are a number of different ways to look at this, and we're going to unpack all of them because we aren't 20 to 35-year-olds on social media addicted to engagement posts. Now, if you ask me, I'll give you my take right up front before we get to it. I'm an old guy and I'm a console peasant. So for me, when it comes to a brand and a console, PC is never going to be a consideration. Now, you could say that things are changing. You can point to kids and their habits, and that's fine. This is just my opinion as somebody who is looking to purchase a console. If I have them all. You have to have some inherent value for anything. Any product on a shelf next to another product just like it is asking the consumer to purchase. Purchase me. Hey, purchase me. Don't look at this thing next to me. Purchase me. And there has to be some inherent value to that. And there are tons of different ways to create inherent value. One is an exclusive feature. Another would be build quality. Another would be software. Another would be services. Another would be exclusives. Another would be, the controller. There's a number of different things. Your friends are there. There's tons of different ways to judge this. But just because there are a lot of different ways to judge it doesn't mean that one particular way isn't more impactful than another. So if you're looking to buy a console, and the word of mouth is that everything that's on Xbox is on PlayStation, it makes it difficult for the box that is Xbox to stand out on the shelf. Now, you're going to hear 30%, PlayStation makes 30%, it's an easy 30%, it's a win, but what people ignore is that in order to get to 100, you have to add 70 to that 30%. So 70% of all of these older games being sold to a newer audience goes to Microsoft. Now, taking older games that the sales tail has fallen off of and putting them somewhere where an audience has never touched them, possibly. There are PlayStation people who own the console who also own an Xbox and have played Halo. But think about, Halo in 2025, the Master Chief Collection being on a PlayStation 5. I'm sure that would probably sell reasonably well, and I'm sure it would be a shot in the arm to the multiplayer, and maybe those people who've never experienced Halo single player or multiplayer would find it compelling. Maybe the numbers would increase, and that would be a net positive in addition to the 70% going to Microsoft. But the negative is that there's a perceived value of a box for people. And if everything is on PlayStation, I think that helps PlayStation do one very important thing, and that's sell PlayStations. Look at the month of November. 4 million people purchased a PlayStation on the back of not many exclusive titles. They purchased it because there's a perceived value in the brand of PlayStation that's been built up over time. It compounds itself generation to generation. And if Microsoft is going to increase that perceived value by putting older games on PlayStation and they're successful, all that does is signal to you as a PlayStation customer and to Microsoft as a company that the newer stuff should come as well. PC and PlayStation putting their games on PC is not the same because the inherent value of the box that they're selling is still incredibly strong, because to that customer base who would never think about buying a PC, the PlayStation console is the place to be for PlayStation's games whenever they release, and that's a problem. But now it's the home of Microsoft's games. I don't see how this could be something that's ignored, but I want to stress that there are a number of different ways to look at this, and the 30% rule that I'm sure you're going to see talked about on countless podcasts and in countless posts on X ignores the fact that there's a whole other 70% to make up to get to 100 that goes to Microsoft. So all of these games, let's say that you're somebody who hates Xbox and Microsoft, and your entire ethos is created on social media around that, which in and of itself is pretty strange. Now, essentially, you're in a position where you're jumping up and down about Xbox first-party games coming to PlayStation and paying $70 full for them, knowingly giving $49 of that $70 right to Microsoft, the company and the brand that you can't stand. It's a pretty smart strategy from Microsoft's end to dip into that customer base, especially since they can't crack into that base in the console space because the Xbox just isn't something that a lot of people in a large enough way seem to want when it comes to the decision between PlayStation and Xbox. So the inherent value of an exclusive for Microsoft is Game Pass. Now, I'm not saying that that's something that is taking off or something that people see as perceived value, but having an exclusive tied to just the console is a perceived value. And by removing that perceived value, Microsoft, in creating Game Pass, in their mind, are saying to themselves, well, the exclusive value of having this piece of software only on Xbox for $70 really isn't a value at all. We're going to actually give you an exclusive value by saying, don't pay $70, pay $20 a month, or purchase the game and you get a discount if you're a member of Game Pass. So to them, that alleviates the pressure of not having exclusives. And in their mind, and maybe yours, an exclusive feature that's built around price is much more important than an exclusive feature that's built around just having this game locked on an Xbox. So I'm not sure. I come from this is not great. I think you need to have tentpole franchises. I think Halo, Gears, and Forza. Look, everybody used to mock Xbox for being the Halo, Gears, and Forza box. And now they've got a ton of studios. They've spent a ton of money. Think about this while you're jumping up and down about the 30% rule. Microsoft literally spent what Sony makes in its entirety in 1 year. They spent that in an afternoon almost, purchasing publishers and developers. So are we really arguing about numbers here? But I do feel like, as the Halo, Gears, and Forza box, if the box really isn't a Halo, Gears, and Forza box anymore, if PlayStation is also a Halo, Gears, and Forza box, albeit at full price, I don't think that after a month of people buying 4 million PlayStations, that's going to somehow hurt PlayStation by giving up 70%. So I could be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the video. Think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on PlayStation in Halo.